Hello, this is Tiajuana, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. I am passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving behind a six-figure job to start your own business. So I'm excited. So I want us to let's get started. And thank you for joining me. And as you come in, please go ahead and hit that like button for me so you can go ahead and get the likes up. And again, welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. And give me one moment while I get all of my parts together here. I'm going to kind of log in on my channel here and put a mute. So pardon that there. And then there we go. All right. So my channel, like I said, is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs or people that are considering it. I want to use my self as a testimony. For those of you who don't know, I quit my job 2 years ago, my six-figure income as a registered nurse, to embark upon my career, my life-changing situation to become an entrepreneur. And the Turo has been the platform that has allowed me to be successful, to be a successful entrepreneur, to stop working and earn my own living, working for myself. Turo is a ride sharing platform which allows an opportunity for regular people to rent out their cars on a ride sharing platform, allowing you to kind of be your own rental car business. So a lot of people say, thank you guys for showing up too. And like I said before, go ahead and hit that like button on your way in the door. In the door, hit the like button. The good thing about Turo, a lot of people say Turo is like the Airbnb for cars, right? So Turo is doing currently to the rental car platform what Airbnb has done and is continuing to do to the hotel industry. So a lot of things have changed now, and after the pandemic or the COVID, can we talk that? A lot of things haven't gone back. There's a new normal. And one of the new normals is how we are renting out our vehicles, how we're renting out cars, and this opportunity, this golden opportunity for an easy entry level for a business that a person can get into that's not going to require a lot of capital. So that's one of the good things about Turo. And like I said, I've been doing Turo since July, and I'm just super duper excited about Turo and what it has been doing for me. So that's July, August, September, and we're in October, and I've already, for the first week of October, I've surpassed my earnings for last month, September. And I can say that every month, that each month I've earned more. So my earnings have continued to go up. So other reasons why I'm super duper excited about this here Turo platform. And right now, I just want to give a big shout out to all of the people that's been rocking with me since the beginning. That's, saw me to go through all of my different transitions and actually just kind of fine tuning the whole art of being an entrepreneur, and asking all of the questions, and still, understanding that a lot of this is in mindset. So I want to give a quick disclaimer to you guys know that, I'm still doing this business but I'm a one woman show. So I may have to take a little break and again look at my phone. I'm expecting a guest to pick up one of the vehicles at the airport today. And I want to say, I'm just want to give a shout out to Avis, who didn't have any cars. So I got another airport booking because these car rental companies don't have any cars. So it's almost like I'm getting, 2 to 3 airport bookings from people that had a booking with Enterprise or Avis and it got canceled the day of, in some cases, and sometimes, like maybe one or so day before the trip. So it's it's been working. I'm just excited about it. I don't know where these cars are at. I really don't care. I'm just excited that they don't have any cars and that the people are looking to this new alternative, which is the Turo. And thanks you guys for coming in here. And again, go ahead and hit that like button on your way in here. Um, Today, let's see if I got some like I got 3 likes, and I'd like to see a few more. But I'm excited about today's episode. We're going to be talking about the truth about making this money in Turo. A lot of times we show our earnings and stuff, but neglect to say all of the subtractions that you got to do, and um, the deductions of all of the outgo to make sure that it's not just showing what the income is. You also have to show the outgo and make your subtractions, et cetera, et cetera. So like I said, a quick disclaimer: if I do take a break to stop over here to read the text, because the car that this person is picking up is not on the Turo Go app. And for those of you who don't know, the Turo Go app, it has been a game changer. It's an app that allows the guests to be able to use their smartphone to be able to get into the car. So it gives you, as the host, a lot of freedom, because you're not actually having to meet the person, and then you're not actually having to, push the button, take all that energy to push the button to let the person in, open. Although that's not a lot of work, but still, the Go app is excellent, because I had another airport pickup at 5 o'clock this evening, and that Explorer was actually on the Go app. So that worked out great, because their plane actually was late. So instead of getting here at 5:30, I'm not even sure. I think they got here around 7 or something like that. But anyway, I didn't have to worry about doing anything to help them out to get in, because, like I said, that car happened to be on the Turo Go app. So I was just excited, because Mondays have been, this Monday was not as hectic as it was last Monday, but because I'm, getting a lot of practice with this juggling and organizing the calendar, which I'm, getting way more familiar with the calendar, and also the, the moving around of the cars, because it's like it comes in waves. Like the last wave of guests have been airport pickups, and so that's usually a challenge, especially if some of the cars are coming back to the drop off spot, but then they have a turnover to go back out to the airport. But I'm just excited, because it's been working out pretty good. And today, even though I had a busy day, I was done like at 12:30. And I'm going to make a confession, and then let y'all know that I threw the towel in as far as like the hand washing. Yeah, I threw the towel in, and I went to the drive-through. However, after you come out of the drive-through, you still have to, do a little bit of touching up of the drive. I mean, it's really very limited, because it's a little blower on there, and it, blows off all the water. So basically, it was it saved me. It saved me probably about an hour, on the SUVs for sure. I mean, the big ones, the Explorers, and both of those had to be washed. And then the Mustang, which I love washing that car, is so easy. It came back, and it only took me. It took me about 45 minutes, really, to wash and detail that car. That was nice. So it's been a game changer for me, and I don't think I'll be going back to hand washing any of the cars. I don't know. I at first, like I said, I didn't. I didn't think that was like a thing to do, but it really helped me out a lot. So, like I said, I threw the towel in, and probably highly unlikely that I'll be hand washing cars anymore, because I really do see the advantage. And like I still have a lot of desk stuff to do, or executive stuff, or behind boss stuff to do. So taking back, like I saved about 3 hours a day. So that 3 hours, could be spent doing administrative duties, basically. So I'm excited about that. I think that it actually is going to work out even more cost efficient to do it that way, because 3 hours of my time is extremely valuable. So, like I said before, it's all about pivoting and making changes when you look at things and see if it's working or not. You make an assessment and you see what's working and you do more of the things that's working, and the things that aren't working, that's when you make your tweaks and change and maybe do less of those things or take it away altogether. Like the week before, when I saw that changing the prices kind of threw, it was like crickets. I wasn't getting any bookings. And then when I, went back to what I was doing, it was a lesson for me to kind of just stay in my own lane and not, be, coveting and trying to change and do what other people are doing. It's good to listen to other people and take suggestions and stuff. However, it's you're the one in control of your game. It's your perception. So it's best to go on your own, listen or observe other people. But it's you're the one driving. So you have to make your own choices and stuff. And the number one rule for that is to not don't listen to people that's not doing better than you, or doing what you're that's not doing better than you, because if they're not doing better than you, then why would you listen to them? So make sure that you keeping your priorities straight and being the thinker of of your thoughts, and because you're the one that's actually have the access to listen to your higher self, to be able to um, move around and do what it is that you got to do. So anyway, let me get focused here and make sure that I'm giving all of the updates here. So I told you about Turo, what it is. And another good thing about Turo that makes it a game changer, not just for the host, but also for the guests, because this platform allows, it opens the doors for a lot of people that weren't necessarily able to rent cars in the past, because most of the rental car companies want you to be 25 years of age. That's one thing. They want you to have a major credit card, and most of them want to put a $400 hold on your credit card. So if you are 21 and you happen to have a credit card, you probably have what we call like a starter limit. So you may have like $350. Maybe you have $500 on there. But, a lot of times some people don't even have a major credit card. So you would be out of the game as far as like being able to rent a car. So when things happen, which things do happen, like, sometimes people have an emergency in the family where they need a car that's, able to drive them, get them where they got to go, or, your car's in the shop, or whatever the thing is, you need to be able to, rent a car. Here's this platform that, allows you to be able to do that. And it's very easy. Even older people are out there renting on Turo. I was amazed that, I do have a small population of uh, geriatrics who do rent for me. And I'm just impressed and proud that it's simple enough to where, an older person could, figure it out on their smartphone with some simple suggestions or simple prompts from me, the host. And most of the prompts that I do are pre-populated text anyway. So I just, copy paste, or, they kind of come automated too. So one of the good things. So I'm going to take this time and I'm going to say, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe and tune in. I'm going to be doing these lives. I'm excited about the direction that the lives are going in. I'm new to doing these lives and building this community, which I'm extremely proud that is actually working. And all of you guys that are out there putting in your questions, or all the people that are interested in, here am my old time Cop and Bob. What's up? Cop and Bob says, "Hi, let me get you right. Now you do real estate and do Turo also. Do you have a separate LLC for Turo?" Okay, Cop and Bob. Yeah, I know because you back in the day from the real estate stuff. So, actually, I real estate is very small. What I'm doing, I just have one tenant. So basically, the Turo is what I'm doing, and I used my LLC for the real estate to do Turo. I had to pivot on the real estate, Cop and Bob, because things didn't work out for me with that real estate. So, in order for me not to go back to work, I had hopped off into this Turo thing, and it actually was the first thing that started working for me. So that's why I've been doing the Turo for the last few months, and I'm excited about it because it's very low entry to get in there to get the cars, and it's simple. And I feel good about being an entrepreneur who's actually earning money, and things are just working out good. So yes, I did start another LLC for but I used my old LLC because it was already seasoned, and I was able to buy the vehicles in my business name. So, oh, you are so welcome. Thank you, Copy Bob, for showing up here. I hadn't seen you in a little minute, and I since I've been doing this Turo anyway. But yeah, so yeah, the real estate thing is on the back burner right now. I'm really focused and putting in most of my energy into the Turo because it's working, and it's enough work to where it's keeping me busy to where at the moment I really don't even have time to try to figure out this whole real estate thing. So that's why I've just been super duper excited about the real estate. So the other thing I'll do too, want to take this time to announce the sponsor for this here live episode, and it's still no, that's not what I want to put up here. It's Daryl Reed, who at the last minute of the last why is that not coming up there? Sorry, y'all. Daryl Reed at the last minute of Friday night's live did another Cash App. So he is the sponsor for this episode too, with a Cash App of $35. So let's give it up for Mr. Daryl Reed, who continues to sponsor and help to bring all this great content to you all. So we're gonna give it up for Mr. Daryl Reed for his Cash App to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It just really encourages me and motivates me to want to bring more of this wonderful content of the Turo platform. Let's see what else I got up here. Turo Kids and oh yeah, building the community. So what happened today? So this morning I had a 6 a.m. drop off of my at the airport, and I still had I had one card, two cars to get up there. So I had a total of 3 pickups and 2 drop offs, which should have been like a really super busy day. Like I said, after I not fell off the wagon, but after I went on and tried the drive through. I'm gonna say that I didn't even look back, and I'm gonna be honest and say, although I thought my little rigid vacuum cleaner was all that in a bag of chips, after I washed the first car and did the vacuum, I really saw how not as powerful. The vacuum there at the drive-through car wash was, it was more powerful than my rigid, even though the rigid was doing a great job. But this one here at the place was way more, and it went by. It was moving quick, and I just really liked. I love the time that it saved, and all the thoughts that I had that weren't good about people that was what I thought was cheating, taking the cars through the car wash, really was a smart move, because time is so valuable. You only have so much of it. And, last week I spent like maybe 6 hours, washing cars and stuff like that. So I spent the whole day doing a lot of that clean. Like I said, those explorers and with the third row and all that stuff, it's a lot of work. And then they're all tall. So driving through the drive through, I get the top part of it clean. And also, it blows all that air. So I didn't even, I used, one little towel and it wasn't, I barely, one towel did the whole thing. So I'll be saving money on my laundry, because I was doing, I was using a lot of those Microsoft cloths because, I don't have a blower to get all of the water off. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. I need to take a sip of this here coffee because might be up all night. um, Depending on how much y'all gonna start talking. But and it's a good cup of coffee that I had just tried to make before I started this. But anyway, coffee is good. And now I forgot where I was at. So basically this whole thing is just rolling super smooth. And I'm just enjoying it because it's not that difficult of a job. And like I said, after I started to make sure that I'm keeping track of how things are moving. Like I try not to let more than 2 days go by before I look to see if I need to add back something I took off, or just kind of let go, because the goal is to keep the all-star status or whatever other heights or accolades that continue to come. And for the whatever it's worth, I'm still have kind of open sea, because um, the people, they're used to just going off into Avis or, or Enterprise that's there at the airport. And they're literally saying, like, we don't have any cars. So I don't know what's going on. It's almost like I don't know. I don't know, but I'll accept it. Like I said, today, even one of the guests said, I guess Avis doesn't have any cars, so I'm just going to scoop this up. And at the time, I only had one car left, so I'm in a position now where I feel like I need to start getting some more cars and stuff. So, like I said, tonight's episode is supposed to be about, not supposed to be, it's going to be the truth about making money. And I was told I was going to have a special guest. I'm not sure if I haven't seen or for them to come up here, but I got my own stories that I can also tell about the truth about this whole money stuff too. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop the link here if anybody will show up, and be more than welcome to come up and give the testimony. Because what I've been doing lately is going around and just checking out a lot of um, Turo hosts and listening to them. And it's really amazing to see how people are coming at this from all different angles. I'm going to leave one here in this on the YouTube side too. Um, Different angles and getting similar or getting good results, and all that to say is that did I leave it? Hopefully y'all got this link here. All that to say is that there really is no right or wrong way to do this. A lot of times, we'll have an idea we want to do something, but we'll be so worried about things working out right or the right way to do something, and we just get frozen with fear, and then we don't move. So what I found is the best thing to do is just going out there and try. Because if at first you don't succeed and you wake up the next day, you get another chance to try again. So never be scared to try. It's always good to just try, and at least you could say, I know that didn't work because I tried it and didn't. And then it may just be that your technique or your method that you tried doesn't work. So then that's when you go on your quest and you look around, and if it's something that you want to do, you look and see, and you just follow somebody who's doing what it is that you want to do, and you do the things that they said that worked for them, and the things that they said didn't work for them. Then you could take a shortcut, and you don't have to worry about wasting time doing those things. So those are some good rules to think and live by, as far as like if you want to be successful. Hello, guys. Airbnb is to you building that. All right, so I'm giving the shout out to Big Life One, who's supposed to come and tell us about some of the hardships. Like a lot of times, people jump off into the business before they do certain things. And I want to say some of my after just doing this for the 90 days, my three top pointers and stuff like that. What I would recommend, and what I found from like listening and to other YouTubers, other Turo hosts, that most of them are admitting to that the SUVs are definitely the top pick for the vehicles to get. And I'm going to even go as far as to say that it really doesn't even matter the type of SUV as long as it's an SUV, because those are very universal, and people who like cars will still take an SUV, because especially for renting and stuff like that, because you're going to be thinking about this. Most people want a little bit more space, especially if you're traveling with families and stuff like that. And the SUVs, it's like a one size fit all. And so those are the ones that always easy books, and they're more affordable, so it's more approachable for just regular people. And a lot of times, what I've heard or seen from following some people is that when the people go for the high end cars, they want to get a Corvette or something like that, and then they didn't do the research to see that in whatever little town or wherever they're living at, that maybe that car, people aren't really renting it that much. It's not really a market for that, for people to do. And then what happens is when you put the car out there and it doesn't get rented, and then it gets closer and closer to time to come up with the car payment, you could potentially put yourself in a situation where you feel worried and fear and all that kind of stuff. So a good thing is to get a car that that's going to rent quick. So just like I had showed you guys last week, how to look in your area, get on the Turo platform and look in your area and see what kind of cars are on there. Click on the host, see what kind of cars he or she has. If they have more than one, you want to look for how many trips each car has had, how many trips the host has had, and what type of cars are getting the most amount of trips. And then that'll be a way to help you to decide on a good car to get. And I always say, not always, but I'm saying now that you cannot go wrong with the SUV. And even after with this batch of cars, added another Mustang, it gets rented, but it still doesn't rent out as much as the Ford Edge. The Edge, the Edges are all, those get booked first, and then the Explorers, and but the Mustangs is pulling its weight too. So I'm excited about that because all of the cars are renting, and like I said, I haven't really done much. The good thing about this Turo platform is like there's no selling. Like I'm not having to market. I'm not going around to people saying, "Hey, anybody need to rent a car?" or here, because that's just not that. That's the reason why I didn't really do the real estate, because it kind of requires for you to do that kind of stuff. And I'm just, I'm not a salesperson. I had discovered that, a few months back, and I'm just excited that with this business, you don't need to be a salesperson because you are providing a service that is needed. And whenever you're providing a highly needed service, all you have to do is provide the service, and the people that need it are gonna, they're coming for you. They are coming. So I'm excited about that because I'm feeling good. It's actually working, and I can see a cool future in this, and with more learning how things go as far as like the business part, which is something was new for me because I've been always working, and as far as like running the business, I can see my shortcomings and things that I could, improve on as far as like the administrative duties of working for yourself, which it's kind of one of those things that is trial and error, especially if you don't nobody in your family is really doing it, and you're kind of off in uncharted territories. However, you do need to make a commitment to yourself and make time to learn as much about running the business as you can. And I'm talking to myself too, because I need to make sure that I'm checking my date, making sure that I'm making the best use of my time. And I'm just proud that I discovered that, hand washing the cars was not the best use of my time, and that I was, able to see that I'm still probably saving some money by, saving all those hours, saving all those hours is no question asked. I am definitely saving money, because like I said, I used one of my little micro fiber towels to damp, dry off whatever little water that was left on there, and actually used that same towel to just me squirting the Windex to do the windows, and then my little other little sprays and stuff to do the plastic and the leather. I just have a little bucket now, and I just take it with me. And I was excited. I ran 3 cars through the wash today, and yeah, and dropped them back off at the airport. And it was a nice little juggle, because, like I said, the one came back this morning early at 6. So I had one that I had washed last night at the car wash. I drove to the car wash yesterday, rather, and then took it there this morning to drop it off. Took all the little photographs and actually, checked it in, and send a text to my to the renters with the parking information on it. I really I love how automated this is, and I love how everyone, all the guests, they feel like they're getting this great customer service. And I haven't met any of these people. I haven't shaken any hands, and but the way this is set up, I'm just knowing that this is the mood of the people that this is the mood of the people that we want this kind of contactless type of dealings with stuff, because even if you think about, if you go into the stores and stuff nowadays, there's hardly any inventory there, because people order from Amazon. So a lot of these stores, this is going to be like an old time way to do things. Like going to these department stores is going to be a thing of the past, And if you live long enough, you'll see these things actually come come to fruition and stuff. As far as like even the monies and stuff like that, when people said 30 years ago that we'd be, spending thousands of dollars a month for rent, like nobody really would believe that. But like now we're spending thousands of, people are spending thousands of dollars for rent, especially like where you live at and stuff. So times change. The dollar just definitely is not, as long as it, the value is not where it used to be at. So, we have to make changes to keep up with the times. So now would be an excellent time to go ahead and throw this back up here. And I want to take some time to show y'all this week's analytics. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to go to the Turo platform, which is a great platform. Like I said, easy entry level. Can get in really easy, especially if you got good credit, and a paycheck. You can show yourself worthy and be in a position to ooh, get approved. This is a new number. Let me share this. All right, I'm in the wrong spot here. I got some new numbers up here. All right, so let me see here. Share the screen. I'm about to show y'all these hit earnings. All right. I didn't even know this is what it was looking like. Here we go, earnings. Am I sharing? I hope I'm sharing there. Look at there. First number started, now about to be in the how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, in the 5 digits soon. Whoa! Look at there. So far my earnings is $9,160, and then here come my upcoming earnings right there. Another $1,998 to throw on there. And then here we go, looking down here. So this here Ford Explorer, pulling a little weight there. That one there is the one that's on the injured list. But look at here, the edge that I got, look here, it's already made its little it's not even due yet, but it's made its payment. So now, working on all the other little maintenance stuff like that. Look at this one here. Everybody's on task to pull their weight. Look at there. Look at here, look at here, look at here. It's working. I'm super duper excited. Let's see if these reviews will show over, point over to. Is y'all able to see that? No. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all these wonderful reviews. I'm gonna read a few of them off to you also. I'm in the wrong side. I'm gonna read a few off too. But I'm excited about that because I didn't see the money to pop up to the 9. Last I looked, it said 8 something. So I'm excited. But like I said, every day, every other day, there's a cha-ching in Turo. The great thing about it is that you get paid soon as the cars check back in. Cha-ching, you get paid. Oh, and I do want to say this too because I was concerned about having a long booking. Like, am I gonna have to wait the whole 5 weeks to get paid? But what happened was is that I guess at as the weeks go by, like I had that one long my longest booking. The lady booked my escape for the 5 weeks, and so each week, because that person when they book, they pay all up front, but Turo usually get paid at the end of the trip. However, I'm assuming that because it's an extended trip, that they each week they break off. They break you off part of the stuff, so which is good because if you have all long bookings and you have you're counting on this income to come in to pay the expenses, you could be in a pretty hard space if you have to wait, like 6 weeks, 5, 6 weeks to get some money. So that was a good thing. It was a pleasant surprise. However, I was going to be willing to wait, but I'm happy that I didn't have to. That they divided up to where before by the time the trip is over, you would have you're receiving portions of the money, which is good because people be needing that. So I got me a little special guest who got some splaining to do. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring to the stage Tony from
Hey,
Tony
hey,
Three Cars.
hey, hey, what's going on? How you
What's up?
doing?
I'm doing good. I saw
Good.
that one last video and I was really curious too because I had a wreck in my edge. You said that it was in the shop for a whole month?
Oh yeah, a whole month. Yeah,
Ugh, why? Because
yeah,
these collision companies, are they like crowded or something like that?
yeah. It's that, and also because of parts. Trying to find parts, and then
Darn.
wait on
Okay.
that, and then that vehicle needed a lot of stuff. It needed a new hood, bumper, grill, headlight, and then it had some frame damage too. So I had to fix the frame. That took like an extra week, and then painting. So altogether, it took about a month
Ugh,
to get it fixed from the time it got wrecked to I got it out. But that's actually a good turnaround time because my other vehicle, it was actually in there for months. I had another vehicle that got wrecked, and
uh-huh.
it took a long time to get that out the body shop. So 4 weeks
Wow.
actually wasn't too bad. I was actually kind
Right.
of kind
Well,
of
I mean, I
happy.
have a 4 week before my even get the appointment. Like the wreck,
Woo!
yeah. They're not getting
So what I'll tell you. So what I'm gonna tell you is what I learned, what I got lucky and blessed is I have good relationships with people now. So like I have like a personal on call mechanic, well a couple mechanics, and I also got like two or three people who does like body work. So I don't even go to a regular like body shop no more because they so behind. Like you said, they two several weeks
Oh,
before they even see you, you know.
yeah.
So I know people now who they kind of like put me like on the top of the list, like they prioritize me because they
Uh-huh.
know that I'm with the business that I'm in. So they kind of, they let me basically skip the line.
Uh,
Um,
so did
and
you focus to try to find these people, or you just happened to know them? Like, what'd you do? You
just
went,
well, one of them, he just so happened the storage where I'm at now, where I got my
mhm.
car stored at. He's like next door to me, so there's actually two people over there
Oh,
because
okay,
it's like a
cool.
warehouse. It's like a
Uh-huh.
warehouse with different storage units. So there's two people over there that actually that's what they do. You know, they pretty much tow cars and fix cars and do like repairs and paint stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. And then the other guy, I kind of stumbled across him from a customer. You know, I had a customer kind of told me about him. It was like he's like he basically told me about the guy and told me, that he do good work and that he's a mechanic and he also fix cars and does body work. So he kind of told me about him, gave me his number. So I called him one day, went to go see him one day, and then ever since then we just been like, have a good relationship.
Okay.
And so yeah, so the video that I posted with the Quasha 300 getting fixed, that was actually him. That was actually Sam, which is a guy that he does a lot of mechanical work on my cars,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of he fixes a lot of damages to my cars too. So so I guess it got a customer kind of like told me about him. A
Okay,
customer.
so just relationships. So that's
Yep.
good. All your handshaking and stuff been going a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I admire that too,
Yeah.
that you still have that good feeling to like to be that, I mean, the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. So tell me about your week. Like what you been up to? What have you been doing? What's new in the Turo on your neck of the woods?
Well, like I said, I was sold out this weekend. A lot of my cars came back today, and then the rest of them come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty much um, I had well, this is just like a couple of matter. Like I had like a customer today. They basically was like they still out. They was like 3 hours late because they was still out of town and they didn't know
Oh,
the time
returning?
zone. Yeah,
Oh,
return
okay.
the car. Yeah, so I had to wait for them to show up because they was like basically 3 hours late. You know, they was basically like in Nashville, Tennessee, and the car was due back in like 15 minutes. And that was like, and then they was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize the time zone,
Mm.
the time change and all this stuff." So I had to basically wait on them, to return the car. And then which it sucks, which is an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I had another customer who that was like 30 minutes late, and then when they was late, and then the gas was like a half a tank, and then
Oh.
they damaged. It was like some scrape, like they scraped something because it was like damages, scratches, and dings on the driver's side doors, and I got to try to get that fixed because they basically like damaged the vehicle. I mean, it's not bad, but it's
Right.
noticeable.
So
So,
with all this, do you think Turo is worth it?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
because
yeah,
that's like a question a lot of people keep asking:
yeah,
Is
it's definitely
Turo
worth it.
worth it? Because
Yeah, it's
we
definitely worth
hear
it.
you think it's worth it.
Definitely. And I just made a video. It'll be coming up probably tomorrow. I'm uploading tomorrow. But I just made
Mhm.
a video basically talking about the money and how it's worth it, and talking about like how much money I made so far for the year and in a month. And so it's definitely worth it. It's definitely I'd rather do this than be working
I
for
heard
somebody,
that.
you know, all day long.
I heard that.
All
I
day
know
long.
I've already passed this month for last month, the first week.
And let's see, and it's
Yeah.
dang,
And I
10 days.
noticed,
Yeah.
I got all these extra cars and stuff too. But I'm just super excited. So, and then
Yep.
too, this other thing that I did, I'm go through the drive through car wash now. I threw the
Okay.
towel in. I threw that
Yeah.
towel in yesterday, and then I saved so many hours.
Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you about that though, because I'm gonna tell you because I done both. So you have the pros and cons. I'm gonna tell you the good and bad. So with the car wash, if you're gonna do that, I would say I would recommend getting a membership for all your cars instead of paying like an individual wash every time.
Yeah.
Go and get the membership, but also make sure that I don't because I know there's different ones, but the one I used to use, it was called Zips Car Wash, and they're pretty well known. But I had issues with them because it'd be sometimes where like I go to the car wash and they would be closed. They'd be closed in the middle of the day. And then
Mm,
sometimes they didn't have like the vacuum cleaners wasn't working. They had it turned off or they wasn't sucking good, or sometimes they ran out of towels. They didn't have any towels to like dry the cars off with. And then the biggest issue is sometimes what is with me. What happened was sometimes they like damage your vehicles. Like the machine would damage your vehicles, and you have
okay.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
scratches on the cars or like the little swirls and stuff on the
Yeah.
car. And so just be careful on that because yeah, it does save a lot of time. But it is like you have your pros and cons for both, and like now that I'm not going to the car wash no more and I'm washing them like basically like hand washing them at my shop. I noticed that it does take more time, but I noticed that the cars do look better though. They do look
Yeah,
better. They
they do.
they they do
They
look better.
definitely don't get as clean. I know
Yeah, they
I
don't get
do
as
a way
clean.
better job cleaning.
Way better job. Yeah, yeah. And I actually had when I was going to the car wash, I had the highest package that you can
Oh,
get. Like they got
I
different
get the
levels. So I had like
cheapest package. I just bring all my stuff because I already had
okay,
all the supplies and stuff.
yeah, yeah. But
So
I
I'm
would tell you, like I
saving
said, I
money
would
because I don't use but one time. I was using a lot of towels when I was at the house. I'm doing laundry and all
yeah,
the supplies and stuff. So I think it may be even more cost effective if efficient if I stick with that, especially if I get a membership because they
correct.
had for $17 a month, you know, unlimited deals.
Right. And see, at the time when I signed up, it was like if you signed up, it was like $10 a month for like 3 months. So I went ahead and did that for all my cars. It was $10 a month for 3 months. So I did that for all my
Dang.
vehicles. Yeah. But then like I said, but then I just started having issues with them though. And then eventually once I got my shop and once I got water, I was like, yeah, I'm about to cut out this car wash just because it was just for one, just making that drive back and forth every day,
Mhm.
gas, dealing with traffic because it's on a main road here. So dealing with
Okay,
traffic
got
and
you.
then dealing with and then gas and then sometimes like I said, the car wash would be closed due to
Right.
like staffing issues or equipment issues. So I have to go to another one and
Nobody
I'm
want to work
nobody
nowadays.
wants to work. Nobody wants to work. Yeah,
Shoot.
nobody wants to work, man. So yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, but like I said, I mean, from me when we starting off though, that was the best thing. The car wash was the best thing because it just
Mhm.
run through, be done like 5, 10 minutes, and you're done.
It's
It
not no
saves.
5 or 10 minutes though.
Well,
You
well,
exaggerating on it. It
nah,
still
with
took
me,
me about
nah,
45
because
minutes to an hour.
oh no, nah. See, well, me it was only 5 to me because the one I went through, like I said, I got the best car wash, and it has like a blower too. So literally, like once I go through
Yeah.
the car wash, it washes it and dry it, and literally the only thing I have to do is just pull over and vacuum. So I'm basically just
You
vacuuming that
still
car and
got
be
to do
done.
the windows. You still
No,
got to, and these people be having dusty stuff like you. How you get the trunk sticky? I mean, like, I'm like, what the what?
yeah,
Like the in my edge, I don't even know what this guy did in there. It was like dirt, and I had to every little surface, even in the hatchback. It was like I'm like, who puts what is this drink? What is sticky? Like, what's in there? Like, why would you put something? I don't get it, but I mean, like that takes time. You got to get off in there, and I'm scrubbing and cleaning, and I don't even know. Like it's supposed to be a. I don't even know why would you put food. It what, woo. But it's more than just vacuum. People be drips
yeah.
and spilling. I mean, the guy had the car for 3 days, and like I don't get like I don't know. I was like.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you too. What you might want to. You probably don't need to do this right now. But once you, if you get more cars and you end up needing help, I would highly recommend because I'm just not learning this, myself. But basically, um, Indeed, getting on Indeed and making like a job posting and finding somebody that can help you, that can clean the cars for you. That so far has been like a lifesaver for me because at first I was doing it myself, and then I had like friends and family. I was hiring them to do it, and then that didn't work out, and then basically when I went on Indeed and put on there that I was hiring for somebody to help me clean and detail the cars,
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of people show interest. And but I was looking at their resumes and I seen a couple people that actually came from that background, from like
Oh,
detailing cars,
okay.
washing
Mm-hmm.
cars. So I have a guy now who he started like pretty much last week, and he's really good. Look, it's actually Turo calling me now. That's crazy.
Uh-oh.
Um, yeah, give me a second. Let me
Yeah,
take this call.
yeah, yeah. Handle that.
Give me a
So we
second.
got. I'll let you drop down and give you a little privacy. All right. So that's how we got to do stuff down here. Like I said, y'all, I'm looking to see. I got a guest coming up at 10:30 or so to get into the car. So we running the business. This here's a whole 24/7. Sometimes you got to do the thing. Got to be handling business all 24/7 all around. So I'm just excited. Oh, we have a oh, look at here. Maggie, the substitute teacher. Woohoo! In the house. We say stopping by to show mastermind support. Thank you so much, Maggie, the substitute teacher. I'm just surprised and excited. That's all right, though. I love that. Maggie, the substitute teacher, she has an amazing channel where I didn't know really, but the substitute teacher, she is teaching you how to substitute food. So it's not what you think when you think substitute teacher. She is amazing. She has a tremendous weight loss story and has pictures to back it up, where she has substituted healthy, good foods and substitute them for these, high carbohydrate, calorie, stuff, and make some very beautiful looking, and looks like it probably tastes pretty good too. Or you can train yourself to like the taste of that. But good substitute food that's good, healthy living to keep lean and like a lean machine. Thank you, Maggie, the substitute teacher, for showing your support. I appreciate that. How wonderful. So I'm excited. So to the mastermind that she's talking about is the mastermind that we have with the lead attorney. So for those of you who don't know, the lead attorney, he's a YouTuber. You can just type that in the search bar here, and he's really gifted, and he does a lot to help other aspiring YouTubers find their way here in this whole YouTube world, on how to be successful and have a successful YouTube channel, which I can see the change in my channel. And Maggie also is under his tutelage too, and has a very good channel that is new and is doing big things on her channel there. So, and you guys can go over there and check it out too, especially if you're looking to be, the good thing, one of the negative things about trying to eat right or do cook for other people in the family, when to make the food taste good and presentable for other people. So I think she's doing a great job at that, because the food does look delicious. It doesn't look like it's a healthy something, but it looks like it's the real deal, like be having some fun on it, and it's a healthy version of it. So I'm very proud and impressed with her for having that to share with people. It's a great platform, health and nutrition, people feeling good about themselves. So while Tony is probably still doing his thing there, I'm going to go back to what I was going to show y'all, my reviews. I'm really proud of these reviews too. And like I said, on the 15th of this month, that's when Turo is going to announce that I am an all-star host because I have checked all the boxes and I have 100% on everything, and I've been given all-star customer service, and I'm super proud of it. It's a good passion for me. I enjoy doing it, and I'm taking pride in it. I'm just excited. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and start looking at some of these wonderful reviews. I'm going to come over here and share my screen so y'all can see these great reviews that I got and continue to get. Some of them really be touching me and bringing little tears to my eyes and stuff. Um, just even doing the business really be emotional to me when the people are, taking the pics of them next to the car, and I'm back here, opening the cars, letting them in on the, without actually meeting these people and still feeling like I'm providing a great customer service to. Y'all see that there? 5 star, 5.0. That's me. And these are the people that just didn't bother. And the two people that didn't bother were the ones that the first one that brought the car back late that I thought stolen, part of the stolen, and another one that stiffed me on the gas. All right, so here we go. Another great review from Mr. Percy, who says car rides great. Second time renting in a week. In a week's time, both times the vehicle was clean and ready for travel. Thanks. I need to leave him a public response. It's very important that you leave the public response because people see that and they respect you for that. And I just make a little quick little something, you know, thanks for your business, just say a little something like that. And people appreciate it. It looks bad when people take the time to write you a review. And I always say this too: welcome back in time. Thanks for your business and welcome back anytime. Booyah. Instead of like just not even to say, oh, look at me. Oh, thanks for your business. Thank you. All right. So, anyway, submit the response. Yes, please. Always, at least respond. It doesn't allow you to put a response if they just click the 5 stars. So, this one here, this dude just said 5 star for the Mustang. And this here is an older person, but the 5 star, here goes to it. This person said, he rented the Ford Explorer. He says, the Chick-fil-A of Turo, excellent service provider. He was speaking of me. And let's see here. I'm going to do a few more here, but look, there's plenty of them. Plenty. I read y'all with that one already last week. Here's one. No, I already read that one too. But anyway, I get a lot of great reviews. I love these 5 stars. I see that. I can show more, but I won't do you that way. But let me go back here. Let me stop sharing the screen. I'm super excited because that's just I'm excited. It's working out for me, and all-star host. It's keeping me at the top of the search engine. So when people are looking to rent something here in Montgomery, Alabama, you go on the Turo platform, going to be more than likely getting me. So I'm just excited about having the opportunity to, provide this great good service. I think we're gonna have Cop and Bop says, thank you. And Copy, I really appreciate you because you've been there with me from the way back and supporting me and believing in me and all that good stuff too. And basically, I'm still that same still that same person with the same energy. I'm just excited that the focus now is on this here Turo, something I feel good about. I have no problems with sharing the information because it's actually working. And that's all I was really looking for was an opportunity to be able to create something and to be able to show other people how they can create it and, get free from, having to work because that's my ultimate goal is to be able to show other middle-aged people like myself how to figure this whole thing out so you can feel free and not feel like you're going to be trapped and stuck um, with working and stuff. Because a lot of times, most of us have figured out that we haven't put enough away for retirement, and that the Social Security isn't going to be enough for retirement, and that you're pretty much kind of destined to continue to work, or look at your kids for support and all those kind of things. So this here is an opportunity, where you can put your hands to something and create and generate some income for yourself. I wonder what's happening with my customer. I think maybe he's 10:30. Hopefully, let's see here, or maybe he's late. I have a customer coming up at 10:30. Okay. So they're not there yet. But anyway, I'm just keeping an eye on there because this one here I'm gonna have to remote open on there for the person. And I'm just excited because I'm not far from the airport, and then like I said, my little drop off spot there. So I'm actually happy to be able to provide the service here, while it's kind of still like entry level, and it is super convenient, and it doesn't really um I'm able to do it without having to drive far, or make any big sweeping moves. Oh, here go our sponsor. Our sponsor is here. Daryl Reed says, a question for you and your guest: how many pre and post trip photos do you normally take? All right, so the Turo, it's gonna guide you to take like six pics. Most of the Turo hosts that I've done a little research on, they always recommend, say, to take 20 to 30 pics. And I try to take 20 to 30 pics because I found when I haven't taken enough pics to be the time when the time when somebody's going to do something, then you're not going to have the pic to prove it. So they recommend to take the 20 to 30 pics is what I do. However, I did ask Tony, and he admitted to only taking six pics. So but for the most part, most hosts have I've heard always say, take a lot. And like I say, I try to take 15 to 20 pics. And let me just take a peek off in here, and now I'm gonna be honest and tell you, because I did three check-ins today, and let's just see if I like abided by my own rules or not. So I'm gonna look under the trip photos. Okay, so I look like I'm averaging about that. I have 41 pics in here, but that's gonna be like 20 each way because I also have to take pics post. So it looks like I'm averaging about 20. Let's see here, that one there. What I do on this one. 24 picks. Yeah. So like 20 to 30. So I'm doing pretty good. And like I said, the one or two times that I did neglect to take a lot of picks, I ended up, having to pay for it. Like the one time with the smoker, I didn't take enough pre picks. The times when there was the guest didn't fill the car up, I didn't take enough picks. So yeah, taking the picks are very important. So pre and post picks, yeah. And I would say too, if you took the 25, you just take a lot. The pics are annoying because your camera's getting filled up with the pics. So a lot of times I'll just have to spend a couple hours where I'm just going through and trying to delete, by hand. Unless somebody knows of a technique or something that you could, delete a bunch of them off at one time. Otherwise, I'm having to go through and delete each one by hand. So but the picks are important though, because Turo will definitely, look the other way if you don't have those pre and post picks, because that's how you're going to be able to prove it. So, yep, take those pre and post picks. Unless, because I even asked Tony about it. I was like, so why do you not take the pics? You don't care? You're just gonna just eat the cost. So yeah, because a lot of times some people spend a lot of time to like try to charge the guests for everything. So I guess some of the things you just gonna have to learn how to I don't know, just take it, but take the pics. It's worth it. You know, it's worth it. That way, just in case something does happen, like the time I didn't take enough pictures, the lady that had the makeup on the hands, I had to, just do that on my own because I didn't take the pics of the visors, and so that also opened me up to take more pics. Because at first, I was like, in the beginning, I was excited, took a lot of pics, but as time started to move on, you try to take shortcuts, but I'm gonna just tell you, don't just go ahead. I try to do like a little pattern so I can make sure that I'm covering everything. Like now, I make a point to take a picture of the roof of the car and stuff, just in case, because I have SUVs and some of them are pretty tall, not able to see up there. So, I lift and take a pic of the top of it to, make sure that there's no damage there. And, so you get those pics up so you make sure that you are protected at all times. At all times, protect yourself. So that's why the pics are super duper important. And let me see here. What I was talking about? Oh yeah. So the claims. This week, like I said, I guess all over. Even Tony was admitting that the collision companies are booked pretty solid here. So getting getting the work done has been a challenge. So I'm having to wait until the 26th before one of the cars could even get off into the shop. And then the other one, unfortunately, I'm still trying to find somebody to work on the convertible. So a lot of, even the one shop that's going to work on the edge is kind of preparing me, seeing if they have to wait for parts, because I guess they're still kind of trying to recover from the actual when we weren't making stuff during 20 and 21, when things weren't being made, or if they were telling us that things weren't being made. So um unfortunately, that those are some of the downfalls that happen, when you're doing this here tour business. If a car is wrecked, you're not able to rent it, so you're kind of losing money. So this is when you have to start trying to make sure that you are keeping up with the business part of it. So I'm excited because I'm going to spend some more time really getting more focused into my QuickBooks and doing all that, when I was able to save myself some time by going through the car wash. And then after looking over all of the things that I'm saving on, like I'm going to be saving money on the washing, because I'm not using as much resources and stuff. And the time alone, just like I said, I was done today at around 12:30 or so. So, and just, and I washed three cars and turned them over, and got them where they had to go, and I was done. I was done, and it allowed me to have some time to do some things. I could have done more desk work, but I just had other things to do. But I was able to accomplish a lot of stuff, as opposed to last Monday when I was working. Like I had a whole full day, and I was, like I said, I was almost in tears because it was happening so fast. But, this time I'm just excited because I'm really focused on my calendar, like the night before. Like I'm already, getting prepared for what's happening Tuesday. So last night, I already had my game plan together. And, one of the cars I already had where it was already there, and I just had to go take the pictures and put a little Lysol and just touch everything up, because it had sat for a couple days there. And for the check-ins, the pictures, and the care has to be within 24 hours of the check-in. So basically, that's all I had to do, and just being able to zip the cars through the drive-through wash and then take the time to detail them, it was like a real burden was lifted off me, And then I had other things that I need to do too, like I'm doing some moving around, some different things, and not spending all the time doing the labor, makes a difference, because I could feel that this would be something in the future that I'm like, can't wait to get removed off my plate. In the beginning it was exciting and fun, but now as I'm getting more cars, like, and then to know that a lot of times, it's just like a never ending chore. Cleaning these cars, and that, eventually in the future it's definitely something that I'm not going to want to do. However, I do think you need to have enough cars to where, it's not going to be such a burden for you to have to, or you're not going to be losing so much money because of the outgo, the cost that it takes you to pay for to get the cars washed. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. And this has kind of been like a slow Monday, and not many questions and stuff coming up. Let me just make sure that I've kind of hit all my points that I wanted to talk about here, and I did, and I'm excited. I'm proud of myself too for keeping up my obligations, and keeping up with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday um, lives, and also the encouragement that been happening for like Tony. I can see his channel is growing, and I know it's really busy us doing this Turo stuff, and he has like 17 cars, so I'm sure he's way more busier than I am. However, he's still keeping his commitment, posting the videos, and I see his channel growing, so I'm super proud of him. And for those of you who haven't, went over to his channel, go ahead and go over there and subscribe, because he's putting out a lot of videos. He's, sharing a lot of information, and like I said, he's been doing this for a year, so he's got way more experience than me. However, like I said before, I'm just excited that most of the people that I've been looking at, everyone has approached this in a whole different way, and the outcome has still been success, and everyone is still extremely excited about Turo. And like I said, I've never been more proud of, an accomplishment like this before, and I'm just excited. I can't wait to see me in 3 months, especially when I start to get a little bit more information. Like I said, um, my next goal is to look off into those BMWs, because my airport business, I'm starting to get more repeat customers there, more people that are telling me in their texts, I travel for work. I'm here traveling to Montgomery 1 to 2 times a month. Like, these are people that I've actually, I'm excited about offering them, this repeat service, because a lot of them are, having difficulty to get a vehicle when they get off out here, because Avis and Enterprises are, at the last minute, they like, I know you had a reservation, but we out of cars. Like, they are, really in a bad space. So I'm just excited to be able to get all this, trickle down effect, and and can see that this is definitely a business that can grow as much, or as much as I'd like it to grow, and I can take it into so many different directions. Um I feel very free, because this fits me and my personality. I'm definitely like a person that likes to be free and move around, and when things, if I need things to change up, this is definitely a way I could change it up. Like, when I'm tired of doing it a certain way, I could always just, flip it and do it a different way. But as for now, I love everything about it. Like, I'm excited about all of the all the things that's been going through, and I'm grateful too of the adversities that I've had in it in the beginning. Just go ahead and get it on out the way before anything happens. All right. So Daryl Reed says, yes, good idea. I would imagine that business travelers would be a good market too. Yes. And like I said, if you are somewhere where there's an airport, and I'm here in Montgomery, Alabama, this is the state capital, and a lot of people are just flying in here for, to do their work and then they're out, and I'm just excited to work with those people because those are the kind of clients that you want to have, the repeat customers. How they're going to treat your car, and they appreciate the work that you're putting in there to have a clean car, ready for them to pick up. And I always get, like I said, I get emotional when they are so grateful for the experience. It's like, wow, it was so simple. I just, I walked to the car, I took a picture of me next to the car, and the car opened, and I was able to go enjoy my trip or handle my business. And especially for the ones that were maybe using the car and had a stressful trip, maybe there was a death in the family. I've had that. And for them to feel like the picking up the renting of the car was like a weight lifted off. That was one less thing that they had to worry about. Makes me feel good that I'm providing that. I love being able to provide a much needed service. And I'm just excited that this Turo platform is allowing me the opportunity to do that. And the potential for the growth is really huge because I'm just excited because like I said, I've already made more this month than I did last month. And like I said, the new cars, their calendars still aren't even booked up all the way. Like they've just been like, kind of trickling in there yet. It hasn't even, it's not even the water hasn't boiled yet. It's still kind of like simmering. I can see the little bubbles in there where it's getting ready to start, but it's not even in a raging boil yet. But I can see that soon it will be, and I'm just ultra excited about it. And at that point, I'm sure that I'm going to be ready to add some more cars, and I'm going to take what I've done here with the Ford and move it over. Like I said, I think the two brands that I want to focus on are the is Ford and BMW, because I really think BMW is a great company too, and I like the cars. I like the cars. And I like Ford. I like Ford. I like Henry Ford. I like his story. I love his story. I love all of the history behind it. And I'm proud to be part of it by, bringing a lot of awareness to the forest. Like some of the reviews that I got, the people really love that Explorer, and considering, saying that they would want to buy the Ford Explorer because it was good on gas, so roomy and so comfortable, all these great things about it. And I'm happy to be a part of it. And and I like driving them too. Of course, not as much as my BMW, but it's still a good they're still good cars. And like I said, I to this morning to I had to drive the Mustang, and it's got a lot of power to it. It's a cool little car, and people like that. I got a lot of compliments on it, and folks like renting that, and kind of sporting around off of that. So I'm happy. Like I said, I've never been more excited about what I'm doing here, and I'm happy with Ford, and I'm excited about the potential with BMW. Like I said, I did read and hear a little bit about BMW having a lease program to help people to put cars on these ride sharing platforms. So that would be cool. The only thing that was really scaring me about putting the BMWs on the platform is that like the maintenance. But the BMWs are built so well to where, an oil change is like a year off, so, keep up with it. And, it's really not that much maintenance. I think where you would get into trouble with that if you would buy them used or something like that, where then to get things done on it is could be pretty pricey. I think like not I think, but I know the oil changes. You're like a few $100s, like $400 and stuff like that. So um, thinking about those kind of things. But like I said, I'm always into going for the newer vehicles with less stress because it's just better. It's better. It's better for me anyway. That's how I like to get down. So I'm just excited, and I thank you guys too. Everybody who's been, following me, all the new subscribers. Let me just say thank you so much too, because those have been trickling in, and I'm just grateful that you guys have been supporting me for this content on this whole Turo with your questions and your support and all of that good stuff. And actually keeping me on my toes to keep up with the commitment for the Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday nights. And I'm just excited. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'm getting ready to, let me just make sure that I didn't see all the stuff building. And thank you guys too for helping me to build this community where we can come together. And some of the other people like that, they're saying they're going to stop by and keep giving some more information and stuff. Big Life One really was going to give some more good information as far as like the things that you want to make sure that you know about before you actually get off into this whole business. And picking out the right car was, should be number one thing, because choosing wrong could be could really put you in a kind of a scary situation, because if you did pick a car that didn't um, work for your environment where you're at, then you could be stuck with a car that's not really renting out there, and it could kind of cause a little bit of stress or maybe fear that oh, I got this big payment coming up and nobody's renting this Bentley. But I think that there's a market for all of the cars, like even if you did have something ultra expensive, I don't think it would be smart if that's like your only car. I think if you really want to feel like you have a successful business, get things that's going to rent fast, and those SUVs are going to go out there, and that's going to get in your head to make you feel like you're having some success. For me, like I always tell the story, like I try to create like the Dumbo feather, for me to feel like I'm actually doing something. Because like I said, when I tried to do the real estate stuff and wasn't making any money, I knew that I had to find something that I'm actually working in the business and generating something, so I didn't have to go back to work. And this is what this allowed me to do. And I figured once I've been doing this for, a little while, I can figure out how to, get somebody else to do this physical part while I expand. In order to scale, you've got to, you can't be the one doing the physical work. But in the beginning, whatever it takes for you to get your mindset together, and I had to find something that I can see. Oh, look, money is being generated. So, and that helps me to be able to continue on with this without walking or running around in fear. All right, so I think I've covered all my topics that I wanted to talk about tonight. And if you guys have some topics or some topics, go ahead and leave them in the chat for me. And I go back and read through these, and we could talk about it on Wednesday or something like that. But for now, I just want to say again, thank you for supporting me, and all of you guys. We'll see you on a Wednesday night. And thanks again for stopping by. Love y'all. See you in another video. Peace.